Hey,
Hey.
Yep.
All right, everybody's coming on.
That was my dad.
Hey.
Hi. Hey, Nancy.
How are you?
Good. I'm very good. I'm having a good Monday so far.
Yeah.
Hey,
It's
Nancy.
even better seeing all of y'all.
Nancy, can you see very well?
Mm-hmm.
Nancy.
See very well. Come on.
Hey, Leah.
Hey.
Come over here, y'all. Sure. Come on, man.
Hey, Bailey.
Candace.
Hey, Emily.
Hey,
Hi,
Emily.
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 Hi, Katie.
Oh, there's Max. Max is in here too.
Casper lives with
No,
Max.
I can't see Nancy anymore.
Okay, Happy. It's
I can't
Happy.
see Nancy.
She's coming.
Okay.
I'm on the other page. Oh.
There's Ben Eckers coming in.
Yeah.
Yep, Ben's on his way.
There he is.
Hey, Madeline.
Hi.
Hi, Madeline.
Okay. Where'd he go?
Hi, Bailey.
Hey.
Hey, Nicholas.
Y'all
Hey,
here?
Brenda.
Oh, Bailey's got her markers.
All right.
Oh, Bailey. Nicholas is here.
I got paper. I don't know.
Hey, how do I get back?
I'm just muting everybody.
How do I
Well, I think we've got a good group here. If we want to get started, you guys, welcome to Brett and Brad's class. They are going to be doing art with us today, and you're going to have a couple of chances to show off your art during class. So we're really excited that y'all are here. So I will hand it over to Brad and Brett.
Woohoo! All right. All right. So let's see where we're going to start here. Brett?
Well, let's go ahead and start with, we're going to go ahead and share our screen, and we're going to get into the story. What story are we teaching today, Brad?
We're teaching David and Goliath. And
Awesome. Where's that at? What book of the Bible is David and Goliath in?
that's in 1 Samuel.
1 Samuel. Excellent. We're going to go ahead and start in first. What's that?
1 Samuel 17.
1 Samuel 17. Here we are, y'all, and we're going to be drawing. What are the two people we're drawing today?
A big guy and a little guy.
Yes, excellent. Well, y'all, we're going to get right into it. We have a really fun hour planned for y'all, and a really great message from 1 Samuel 17. And this message is called "Don't Believe the Goliath." Don't believe the lie. And David's giant faith in the Lord, and how can we also grow in our faith? So I'm going to go ahead and start with a reading of the story. So here it is, 1 Samuel 17. Saul and the Israelites assembled, encamped in the valley of Elah, and drew up their battle line to meet the Philistines. A champion named Goliath, who was from Gath, came out from the Philistine camp. His height was 6 cubits and a span. Then the Philistine said, yes. Then the Philistine said, "This day I defy the armies of Israel. Give me a man and let us fight each other." On hearing the Philistines' words, Saul and all the Israelites were dismayed and terrified. Early in the morning, David left the flock in the care of a shepherd, loaded up and set out, as Jesse had directed. David left his things with the keeper of the supplies, ran to the battle lines, and asked his brothers how they were. As he was talking with them, Goliath the Philistine, champion from Gath, stepped out from his lines and shouted his usual defiance, and David heard it. David asked the men who were standing near him, "What will be done for this man who kills this Philistine and removes the disgrace from Israel? Who is this uncircumcised Philistine that he should defy the armies of the living God?" What David said was overheard and reported to Saul, and Saul sent for him. David said to Saul, "Let no one lose heart on account of this Philistine. Your servant will go and fight him. The Lord who rescued me from the paw of the lion and the paw of the bear will rescue me from the hand of this Philistine." Saul said to David, "Go, and the Lord be with you." Then he took his staff in his hand, chose 5 smooth stones from a stream, and put them in the pouch of his shepherd's bag, and, with his sling in his hand, approached the Philistine. David said to the Philistine, "You come against me with sword and spear and javelin, but I come against you in the name of the Lord Almighty, the God of the armies of Israel, whom you have defied. This day the Lord will deliver you into my hands." As the Philistine moved closer to attack him, David ran quickly to the battle line to meet him. Reaching into his bag and taking out a stone, he slung it and struck the Philistine on the forehead. So David triumphed over the Philistine with a sling and a stone, without a sword in his hand. So y'all, here's the question we're going to be asking today. And while we ask it, Kat's going to be looking for some volunteer readers. But the question is, how can we grow in faith too, just like David? So we're going to go through 7 prayerful meditations. And Kat, I don't know if you wanted to kind of see if there's any hands up for folks that would want to read.
If you would like to read, would you raise your hand? What about Bailey? You want to read one for us? Brett, you can just keep them up on the screen and I'll call on folks so they can see the meditations.
You got it.
So Bailey, you want to read our first one?
Mm-hmm. 7 prayable meditations. We are all afraid of giants.
Absolutely. And that's okay for us to say. It's okay to be afraid sometimes, because when we're afraid, that helps turn us back to God. Fear reminds us, oh, we do have this God that we can turn to, and it's okay.
You know what scares me the most about a giant? He can squash us.
So Leah, would you like to read our next meditation?
Yes, ma'am. May God give us giant faith.
Great.
Yes. And our God loves to give us good gifts, especially when we're asking for them. And Brad, you have something to say about God giving us good gifts. Why does he give us good gifts?
Because he gives us, because he knows ahead of time what we want and need.
Yeah.
And he gives us what we need, not what we want.
Absolutely.
He gives us what we need.
And he's a good father. And so when we ask, he'll give it to us.
It looks like Madeline would like to read our next one. Go ahead, Madeline.
The Lord is our rescuer.
Yes, absolutely. Brad, if God's for us, what's the next part of that?
If God's for us, who can be against us? So we don't need to fear anything, because there's nobody that's any better. God's better than everything, and he's stronger than everything. So we don't have to worry about anything, not even a giant. And we don't have to worry about COVID-19. We don't have to worry about that giant.
Nancy, would you like to read our next one?
Sure.
You know what you're going to have to do? The water palms are going to be one flow, and then the other flow is going to be this.
Our faith encourage others.
Absolutely. It does. When we grow in our faith, people around us see that too, and it grows their faith too. Brad, you talked about your dad during a tornado siren.
Oh yeah. And we went and hid in the closet because we were so scared about the tornadoes coming down the street. And my dad said, "It's going to be all right. We're safe in here." And then that gave me peace inside. I was just like a little kid. And hearing my dad say that, I believed it, and wasn't as scared anymore.
We all have the ability to extend the peace of God to others when we trust in God, and that's what David did here to his countrymen and to Saul.
And everybody else was running away, and David ran straight at him, and that encouraged everybody to not be as scared. And then David took him down. Yeah.
It looks like Nicholas would like to be our next reader. Nicholas, do you want to go?
God fights for us.
Amen. Thank you, Nicholas. Brad, what do we have to learn about this meditation?
That Israel means God fights for us, and so everybody's always picking on Israel because it's a small country, and they don't have to worry about me because God's always fighting them for them. And so that's a good thing to remember, that Israel means God fights for us.
Absolutely.
And that's God's promise too. He promises that he'll be there.
It looks like Ana Lucia would like to read the next one.
Yes, in our weakness, God is showing strong.
Thank you, Ana Lucia.
You're welcome.
Brad, you said when you realize your weakness, what happens? What happens when you realize your own weakness?
Then when we realize our own weakness, like what happened to me, getting hurt, then we're more available to God. We can't do it ourselves, and so we look up to God. God says, "Look up to me," and so we look and see how God's going to fix the problem, how God's going to take care of Goliath and save us from it. And so that changed everything, because then it's not about us and figuring out the problem but it's about looking to see how God's going to do it.
Amen.
And he always does it. He always does it. And that's his promise. He will always take care of us.
That's a great segue to our last meditation.
It looks like Katie would like to share. Katie, you want to do the next meditation?
God is always victorious.
That's right.
Yes, absolutely. And we don't have to say anything more to that. He just always is victorious. He always wins. So y'all, we are so excited because today we are going to be drawing David and Goliath. So after we finish our drawing of David and Goliath, you're going to be able to make this picture your own. So if you have colors later, you want to add details. Brad, I think you even have a more detailed one that you've been working on that you might be able to show up on the screen, but it's just going to be so much fun. And so let's go ahead and get started with it. So if you have your paper and you have your artist materials, your pen, your marker, or your colors, we're going to learn how to draw Goliath. And so the first thing to do is to turn your paper horizontal. So everyone has their paper horizontal like this. Turn it horizontal. And what you're going to do is you're going to draw that line across the bottom, that sloping line across the bottom. And you're going to draw a U in the upper right corner. So a U in the upper right corner and that horizontal line across the page. And I'm going to put some music on while we're doing this. All right, y'all. The next step is inside that U. You're going to do 2 check marks. One normal check mark, then one backwards.
And those are going to be angry eyes. Like Mr. Potato had his angry eyes. He always put. Anybody see Toy Story 2? Mr. Potato Head in there?
His angry eyes.
All right.
All right, y'all. The next step is you're going to do 2 U's underneath those angry eyes.
He sees all things, he knows all things. He sees all things, he knows all things.
Awesome. All right, y'all. Next step. You're gonna put 2 circles inside those U's for the eye, for the dots of the eye, and you're gonna draw a fat U for a nose. All right, next step. You're gonna put a rectangle on top of the head and then a little mouth.
And that's the beginning of his helmet.
All right, next step. You're gonna draw a little arc over that rectangle. That's the top of his helmet. And you're gonna draw a little bird. That's his unibrow.
That's a bat.
All right, y'all. Now you're gonna do 2 ice cream cones for horns on that helmet. And you're gonna do 2 little ears on the side of his head.
And the ears go level with the eyeballs, because ears are like in the same, that's where they go on the head, right? The same line of their eyeballs.
That is absolutely right. Mine is a little bit off.
Yeah.
knowing that you will draw me to you. 'Cause I was made for you. I was made for you. I was made to be in your presence.
All right, y'all, let's go ahead and see where everyone is at.
You guys want to hold yours up? All right, let's look at Katie's.
All right.
Yes.
That's awesome.
All right, let's see Ana Lucia's.
Oh, that's so
hi.
fun.
Oh, man. You guys are really good.
Oh, it looks like Nancy wants to show hers to us.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
Let's see. Who else? Oh, Candace wants us to see hers.
Awesome.
Right.
Good job, guys. Did anyone else want to show theirs off? Luke.
Yes, Luke. Very nicely done,
Oh.
sir.
Nice.
That's great.
Okay.
All right. Well, we're ready to move on, fellow Goliath drawlers. So here we are. And our next step is going to be to draw a big heart underneath his head. So just go ahead and draw that. All right. The next step is to draw a line across each corner of the heart.
There's no corners on the heart. The chant doesn't look very nice.
All right. The next step is you're going to draw a box at the bottom of the heart and then two U's underneath the box.
So I dare not close my eyes. I'll watch you fall with the sunset and see hope rise with the tide. And when the pain is true, sometimes these troubles prove that I'm alive. My eyes are open, my heart is beating, my lungs are full, my body's moving. I'm moving forward. I found my freedom. I found the life that gave me reason to live.
All right. We've got more U shapes. So on the left side, gonna draw 3 U's. It's gonna be his arm. One big, one medium, one small.
Life can feel so unkind, so define me. So just realize my soul, eyes are open, my heart is beating, my lungs are full and my body's breathing. I'm moving forward. I found my freedom. I know the sorrow. I know the heartache.
All right. Same thing on the other side. So 3 U's, one big, one medium, one small. Love it. Yeah. Oh my goodness. That is awesome. That's a giant.
That's scary. That's not.
That's
Nice.
a scary looking giant. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so good.
Oh yeah.
Awesome. That's great.
I love- yeah. All right, let's see what you got. Can we see it?
Jenny, do you want to hold yours back up again? There we go.
Oh, that's great.
Oh yeah.
So good.
All right, Jenny.
Nice.
All right, Ana Lucia wants to show hers.
Oh, yes.
Great. Let's see. We looked at Bailey's. Okay, Candace, you want to show yours?
Awesome, Candace.
Nice.
Great job. Did anyone else want to show? Okay, I think that's it, Brett.
Okay. All right, y'all. We've got the body of a giant here. So we're just gonna keep on going with our Goliath. So here we go. The next step, it's really fun. You get to do the sword and the little feet. So for the sword, you just put a capital T in his hand, and a big triangle over it. And then 2 little U's for his feet.
Hey, Candace. Can you hear me or no? Hey, Candace. Can she hear me or no?
She can hear you. I just unmuted.
Okay. Hey, Candace. My Giants it can dance. It's doing a dance. Can dance. Get it? Candace can dance.
Yeah. Look, Brad, look at mine.
Oh yeah. That's so good.
Okay, is this one the right way?
Thumbs up. You're doing good.
All right, y'all. Next step, we've got a sword. We got 2 little feet, and now we're gonna do some ugly facial hair. So,
Whisker.
so fill in a little hair underneath his ears. Fill in the top of that heart, and that'll be his beard. And then you're going to make a belt. So draw a line across at the bottom for a belt and just fill it in. All right, y'all. Next step is you're gonna do just a bunch of little U's for his armor. So just do little U's, and that'll be his little chain mail. And if you want, you can draw a line down the middle of his sword. Okay, I think this is our last step for Goliath. So you can just decorate his little shoulder pads if you want with some circles, or you can draw some stripes across the bottom there to give him a little decoration. You can add a couple little U's for kneecaps.
All right, you guys want to hold yours up? I think Ana Lucia wanted to show hers off.
Oh, yo, how fun.
That looks awesome.
That looks mean and terrible. That's a terrible job. It's so bad. That's a terrible.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
That's great.
Let's see, Jake.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
He's got a big beard. I like the way you made the tie in his headband. That looks great.
Let's see, Luke.
Oh, yeah. Abstract one.
Looks good, Luke.
It's very abstract. Nice.
Oh, Madeline wants to show hers.
All right, Maddie.
So good.
Let's see, Katie.
I love the colors.
Yeah.
So fun.
How about Emily?
Emily.
We missed
over
Emily.
just a little bit, Emily. Let's see. Does anybody else want to show? Bailey wants to show hers.
Oh, that's awesome, Bailey.
Right.
That's a mean looking Goliath.
Oh,
then-
Candace wants to show us hers, of course.
Oh,
I love it. I love it.
all right.
Brett, I think that's all of our volunteers. Oh,
Okay.
here, one more. With the yellow, oh.
Yes. Yes.
Bob.
Oh, those are some strong arms.
And Jenny?
Goliath's been hitting the gym. Oh, nice. Oh, that's great.
Good
So
job,
good.
Jenny. Nicholas?
Oh, so good, Nicholas.
All right.
Mean.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the other side to that Goliath is, our favorite guy, David. So we're gonna draw David next, and so David is gonna be throwing that stone right at Goliath, and we all know how the Lord guides that stone. So here's what you can do. If you already have, if you need room, that's okay. Use another sheet of paper. That's great. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with a U, and he's gonna be a little bit shorter than our Goliath, right? So you've been about his waist high. So if you have your page horizontal, you can put the U there. If not, if you want to use another piece of paper, that's great too. All right, if you have your little U for our David, you're gonna draw 2 circles inside of it. Okay, so here you're gonna draw 2 dots looking up at Goliath for the eyes, and then a little sideways U for the nose, and a little mouth.
Come tell me is life worth living? Tell me is life worth living? Come tell me is life worth living if you can laugh a little? Come tell me is life worth living? Tell me is life worth living? Come tell me is life worth living if it's just one dark night of a soul.
Oh.
All right, y'all. Next step is, what's that, Brad?
You forgot to say eyebrows, didn't you?
Oh, on this one right here. I think you want to tell them how to do this one, Brad?
Yeah. So the for eyebrows, to make it a happy face, you make 2 like U's kind of above there, like the eyebrows are going up. So make 2 U's over the circle. Yeah, like that. Okay. Okay, what's next? Ears? Or no?
All All right, y'all. This one has a couple small steps. So you draw the top, little arch on top of the rectangle. You can like squiggle in some hair, add a little ear, and then you're gonna draw a little heart as the tie for his headband.
Yeah, because David's all about hearts. And Brent, when we make the rocks fly in the little hearts.
And it's kind of fun to color in the hair if you want.
Yeah.
But let all those rejoice and put their trust in you. Let them ever shout for joy because you've been there. Let those also who love your name be joyful.
Brett, can you share your screen again so we can see what step you're on?
Absolutely. So here we are right here. Oh, so good, Jane. I love it.
That's great.
All right, next step. Draw 2 lines coming down from the head. Okay, you're gonna connect those 2 lines and put 2 U's underneath. These are gonna be his legs.
My faith will stand, and I will call upon your name, and keep my eyes above the waves. When oceans rise, my soul will rise in your embrace, for I am yours.
Okay, so now you're gonna draw a little U underneath his head. That's gonna be his tank top. And then 2 little U's for feet. Okay, next step. We're going to draw a little belt and a couple little circles underneath. All right, you've done this one before. So for our arm, we're gonna do 3 U's on the left side again. 1 big, 1 medium, 1 small. And his arm's gonna be up because he's gonna have a sling in it in a second. All right, next step. David's sling is just like an ice cream cone. Brad, you make your ice cream cone with what flavor inside of it?
Chocolate chip. Because you want to put dots in the top of it. That and it's the circle of the slingshot can be a heart.
Okay, same thing for his right side. You're gonna do 3 little U, or 1 big, 1 medium, 1 small U for his arm. What's David without his little stone pouch? So if you just draw a line across his chest, and then in a thick figure 8, or infinity sign, right, Brad?
Yeah, that's right. Infinity sign, turn that sign. So that's where it carries the stones.
All right. This is the big thing. You get to draw the stone flying right towards Goliath. Brad, how do you show movement with the stone?
Okay, see that little curly key right there? And the first curl, you want to have the first curl a little bigger, and then it gets smaller and smaller. The last one is the smallest. So it makes it look like it's going. It looks like it's perspective. And if you want, you can make, instead of a round stone, you can make a heart stone. Make a little heart, flying heart. That's harder to do.
Tell the world of the treasure we found.
All right, Brett, are we ready for people to show them off?
I think we are.
All right,
Definitely.
Bailey.
Oh, yes.
Right.
Looking good.
That's
See, Happy wants to show hers.
All right.
Good job, Happy.
Yeah, hold it up a little bit more so we can see it.
Hold it up just a little more. Okay.
Oh, there we go.
Yes.
That's a great David.
That is.
How about Katie?
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Oh,
That's-
here, Madeline wants to show hers.
No. Oh, that's so good, Madeline.
That really is.
And Jake?
Nice. I like the red colors. And the heart's flying.
What about Leah?
All right, let's see, Leah.
Just a little more.
Oh, yeah.
Great.
I love Han Solo in the background with Chewie.
I was just going to say that too. Oh, yeah.
Yes. That's great.
That's really great.
What about Ana Lucia?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, so fun, Ana Lucia. Oh, that's fun. I love his pouch. That's so fun.
How about if everybody holds theirs up and I can take a picture of it? Oh, it looks like, hold on, we've got one more. Candace wanted to show hers. A little lower. All right, good job.
Yes. Oh, there's
All
this.
right, how about everybody hold yours up? I want to take a picture of it so that we can show it off. You hold it up. All right. Well, I think Brad wanted to have us, or Brett wanted us to say something here at the end. He's going to put it on the screen.
Meditation.
You tell us. Oh, and Brad, do you want to talk us through these last couple of things here?
Okay, yeah. Okay, now you can, what's fun right now is you can add little details, like in this picture right here. You can add like whiskers on his face, like little whiskers coming off there to make them meaner looking. And then I made it so the rock hits his helmet and it cracks, and then the rock splatters off in little pebbles. And that's just a little thing to do.
Absolutely.
And then you can make his pants like more like spikes like that.
Yes. So B-Rad, what does Israel mean again? What were we telling him it means?
Okay, Israel means God fights for us.
So what we're gonna do that right now. We're all gonna say it out loud together as a group, and just remind ourselves, just like David reminded Saul and everyone around him, that hey, don't you know, even though there's giants out there, God fights for us. He fights for you. He fights for me. He is the one that we depend on. He's our rescuer and he's our deliverer. He always, always, always is victorious. So one thing that we can do right now is just everyone. Brad, you want to count us off on the count of three? And on the count of three, we say, God fights for us.
Okay. Go. 1, 2, 3.
God fights for us.
Wow.
Thank y'all so much for joining Brad and me today. We had so much fun with you.
Can I pray today?
Yes. Definitely, we want you to, for sure.
Go, reach everybody at Hubert.
That's the
Pray.
Okay, Candace, why don't you pray?
Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this class that we got to go to with Brad and them. Amen.
Amen.
All right. I love that prayer.
Thank you, Candace.
I especially love that you wanted to say the prayer. Most people, it's hard to do that, and you went straight for it. Just like David ran straight for Goliath.
Yes.
All right, thank you, Brett and Brad. I just have a little announcement. Y'all, on Thursday at 3 o'clock, we have Bible Hangout, and it's going to be with me, and we're going to talk about trusting God through fear. So we're going to do some songs and a Bible story, and I have some tricks up my sleeve for you. So y'all tune in on Thursday. Carla will send you an email for that.
Are we got sing along, Kat?
We are going to do a little singing. So, all right, guys, we'll see you later. Bye.
Bye. Hey, what does fear mean? You said, what does fear mean? That's not even a word, is it? I don't know what fear means.
Bye, friends.
Bye.
Your wonderful art. Bye, Megan. Bye, Ben. See y'all later. Seeing you. Bye, Bailey. Bye, Luke. Bye, Candace.
Okay, Candace, can you dance? I think Candace should do a dance. Oh yeah. I thought you can dance. Your parents named you right. You can
Bye,
dance.
Emily.
Bye. Oh, bye.
Ben, it's so good seeing you. I miss hanging out at art class with you.
All right. Bye, you guys.
Bye.
Bye, Ben.
Bye, Ben. Have a great day. I think we got Jenny left, and okay, perfect. Awesome. Well, Kat, thank you so much for